All right, so in this video, we're going to be talking about why Fiverr is the best freelance platform to get started with. And quite honestly, as you guys can see, a gig is bought every 5 seconds. That is amazing, right? I mean, just by the end of this video, geez, probably 20 or 30 gigs will be bought up. So, and of course, the price range is between $5,000 and $10,000. Although I've never personally seen any offers that are offered that high, but I'm sure there's been a few. And here's the real thing that I want to show you guys, because this is one of the main reasons why I got started on Fiverr, was the traffic. Fiverr gets almost 40 million views and visitors every single month. That is amazing, right? So don't you think that if you put a few gigs up on Fiverr and you start them off at like $5, because that's where everyone just buys them up, right? And as you're in your first weeks, like your first week on Fiverr, you get featured because you're brand new. So if you have a $5 gig, you're gonna get bought up for sure, especially if you do the tips that I'm going to be telling you about later on in this course. So, I mean, the traffic is there. And that's one thing that so many people, when they work online, that is what holds them back, is the traffic. They just don't know where they're going to find all these people. Fiverr is taking care of all of that for you. And of course, that's why they take out 20%. And we're going to talk about that later and why that is more than fair, because look at all of these visitors that they're getting for you, right? That's amazing. So I just wanted to make that known to you guys, that that is how many visitors that Fiverr is getting every single month. Like this month, Fiverr got 39 million visitors to their site. So that's a lot of money, and there's a lot of opportunity for growth here. And it's very easy. Fiverr is probably the easiest freelance site to use, which is probably why it's so popular. They just make it so easy to sell, and they make it easy to buy. So it's good for both ends, right? Places like Freelancer and Upwork, they're good, and they're good for more long-term projects, but nothing beats the simplicity and how streamlined Fiverr is. So it's just great. And in fact, when I was just getting started on Fiverr, they were even playing around with what their colors should be. They played around with red for a while, which did terrible. In fact, we lost so many sales because, again, psychologically, green is buy, go, right? The money. And it's also a color of growth and rejuvenation. But red is a color of passion, and it makes people stop, and it makes you think more before you act. And that was not good for buying at all. So Fiverr has grown into itself, I will definitely say, over the last few years, and it only keeps getting better. So, but with that being said, they have not lost their user friendliness throughout everything, which I'm so thankful for, because they have implemented a lot of new things, and they always continue to do so. But as long as they keep their simplicity and the ability to be streamlined and the ease of use, then I think it's always going to be one of the top freelance platforms. And I think that's what they're really trying to do now, especially with their gig extras and gig packages. And now that they're updating their Fiverr level statuses to be able to be more in touch with their sellers. So I think they're really trying to compete in the long haul with places like Odesk and Fiverr. I guess there is no more Odesk, it's Upwork now. But so I think they really have a great shot at being around for a long time. And they've been around for 7 years already, and they only keep getting better. So get in on Fiverr now as both a buyer and a seller, but definitely a seller, because once you get in there and you start selling and you start creating these gigs, and your gigs get sold and you get the feedback, it's just like this, it's the great instant gratification that just keeps going around and around. So as with that being said, In the next video, we are going to dive into the Fiverr levels. And like I've said, they just today released a new update. So we're going to be talking all about that. And of course, what every requirement is for each level. So stick with me in the next video and we'll be going all through the Fiverr levels.